School is going to give you some safety and logistics instructions. So would you please give them a nice round of applause?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you, Mark. I'd like to welcome you all here to Derby High School. Just a couple logistical items. There are fire exits located in the back. Restrooms, if you need a restroom, right outside. We have our tryouts going on for basketball this morning. That's why we got a lot of kids here. We also have fire exits to your sides. I will be here for the duration of the event. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to come and ask me personally. I'd like to congratulate everybody, and Derby Pride. Have a great day.
So if you would like to try out for the basketball team, we'll make sure that we save a reservation for you after the ceremony today. I would like to, before we begin, I would ask everybody to take out your cellular device. If anybody still has a beeper, to please turn it down to silent or vibrate. We're very pleased to welcome you all here to Derby High School today on this historic day as we inaugurate our 31st mayor, Richard Zekin, and the entire slate of elected officials. I would like to welcome, my name is Mark Garfalo, I'm the town and city clerk, and it's a pleasure to, and an honor to have been asked by the mayor-elect to be the MC for today. So the ceremony will only be about 3 hours. So, but the clergy have said there will not be a second collection today, so I think things will be okay for you. So at this point, I would ask you to all please rise. We're going to have the presentation of the colors by various organizations, and I will announce them as they come in. The Derby Police Department. And the Pegasus Hook and Ladder, company number 4. The John H. Collins Post, American Legion, post number 24, Derby, Connecticut. Let's hear for the Board of Apportionment and Taxation members as they process this. I'd like a warm welcome to our guest elected officials, our state representatives, judge of probate, and other speakers who will be with us. Okay, I'd like to ask you to please remain standing. Very honored to have with us the pastor of Our Lady, Queen of the Apostles Parish, Derby, born and raised, the pastor of the parish, Father Christopher M. Tiano.
Let us pray. O God of our yesterdays and tomorrows, we give you thanks for the 342-year history of Derby, a city small in area, yet large in our hearts. O God of our fathers and mothers, we give you thanks for the generations of immigrants that joined the small band of settlers from the British Isles to build a town that over the years is rich in diversity and finds its true strength in the fabric of community woven over the years. O God of charity and compassion, we give you thanks for the generations of faithful stewards of our dreams and visions, those who coach a team or fight a fire, those who tutor a child or care for the elderly, those who teach a youngster to swim or guide a charity or nonprofit to success. O God of strength and valor, we give you thanks for our police officers and our teachers, our city crew, our administrative staff and professionals, our men and women who make Derby work each and every day by doing their jobs. We give you thanks for our veterans and for all on active duty, and commend to your care those who have died in service to our nation and our community. O God of service and devotion, we give thanks for the men and women who are ready to serve your city, for the men and women who preceded them in service, and for all who put themselves forward in our exercise of democracy. Bless our new administration. Grant them wisdom and serenity. Give them your grace and assistance to continue to build a future for our little city. Help them and us to never forget the poor and needy among us. Help them and us to never forget our youth and our elderly and everyone in between. God bless all who take office today. God bless our beloved Derby. God bless our state and nation. For 342 years, Derby has elected and inaugurated. For 342 years, Derby has worked together, sometimes well, sometimes imperfectly. Grant us a future worthy of our past. And it seems fitting, O God, to call upon you in the language of Polish. Bóg błogosławi nasze miasto. God bless our city.
Thank you, Father. I'd like to call upon, I ask you to remain standing and call upon the commander of the St. Michael's Post 1562 Catholic War Veterans right here in Derby to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Would you give a nice round of applause to Mr. Thomas Wojtek?
And salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we're very pleased to have with us this morning 3 young ladies from the Derby Middle School Vocal Trio. I'd like to ask them to come forward to lead us in our national anthem. We're very pleased to have with us Kamora Dimon, April Nowinski, and Megan Povolitis.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched
seated. On behalf of the entire city, we welcome you all here today, and we have some honored guests that we'd like to recognize who will not be speaking, but we want to recognize that they are here and ask them to come to the stage so that they may participate in this as guests. We're very happy to have from the town of Seymour, First Selectman Kurt Miller. From Oxford, First Selectman George Temple. And the current and long-standing mayor of the city of Shelton, who was interviewing for other jobs around the state. He was born in Derby, so we know he'll never forget his roots. Let's hear it for Mayor Mark Loretti. So, also, I beg to apologize. Kurt Miller has a family business that required his attention, so he could not be with us today. And also, Mayor Dave Cassetti had other business today that he could not be with us today, but we know he's here in spirit, and we wish him well in his new term that he was just inaugurated as well. We're very proud to have with us a former mayor here. Former Mayor Eugene Mitchie is here, so we'd ask him to come up too as well. If he chooses. Sometimes former mayors get to do what they want. So if he doesn't want to come up, he doesn't have to. So thank you all for being here today. It's a day that we celebrate Derby and all of its resources. And one of the great resources that we have in our city is Griffin Hospital. So I'd like to just point out a few things as we go along today in ways that we celebrate Derby, and one of those is a treasure that we have, our hospital, our community hospital with the Cancer Center and the Birthing Center, Griffin Hospital, something that we can celebrate in Derby. And with us today, we're very pleased to have one of the members of the Board of Directors, who happens to be our State Senator, George S. Logan, who will administer the oath of office to the Board of Aldermen and Alderwomen. So I'd like to call him up for some brief remarks. Would you welcome our State Senator, Senator George S. Logan.
Good morning. I'll keep it short. It's a great pleasure to be here. State Senator George Logan. I'm brand new to politics, and this is the first time I'm going to be swearing in a Board of Aldermen and Women, so I'm looking forward to that. But it's great to be here. I look forward to saying hi to all of you after the ceremony is over.
Let's have a round of applause for Senator Logan. At this point, I would like to introduce our aldermen and alderwomen and ask them to please rise as I introduce them, and so that they may be administered the oath of office. From the First Ward, Barbara L. DeGennaro. Thomas D'Onofrio. Bev Moran is not able to be with us today as she is on special assignment. And from the Second Ward, Derby High School class of 1985, Joseph L. DiMartino. Jim Petrino. Ronald M. Sill. From the Third Ward, Jim DiMartino. Louis Alwa. And tracking in as the tallest alderman to be of this group, Charles Sampson. Call upon Senator Logan to administer the oath of office.
Excellent. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, the Charter and ordinances of the City of Derby, so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge according to law, your duties as aldermen and alderwomen of the city of Derby to the best of your abilities, so help you God. Thank you.
Congratulations to our aldermen and alderwomen. We're also very pleased to celebrate Derby in another way, and that is through the efforts of a great female pioneer in our city, Frances Eliza Osborne Kellogg, who donated the land that is now Osborndale Park to our city. Certainly a treasure and yet another way that we can celebrate Derby. With that in mind, I would like to introduce our state representative from the 104th District, Linda M. Gentile, for some remarks before she swears in the members of the Board of Apportionment and Taxation. Please give a welcome, Representative Gentile.
Good morning. Thank you, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. To all the newly elected members of the government and those who are returning, I wish you all my very best. Congratulations.
She just body checked me, that's okay. She's going to try out for the basketball team. Okay. So for the members of the Board of Apportionment and Taxation, would you give a nice round of applause for Jerry Borelli, Ray Bowers, Christopher Carloni, Carlo N. Malerba Jr., Shirley A. Miami, Rose M. Petoso, Sam Palasco Jr., Bill Cochran, Judy Subcheck, James R. Butler, Representative Gentile, will you please administer the oath of office?
Thank you. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, the Charter and ordinances of the City of Derby, so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties on the Board of Apportionment and Taxation of the City of Derby to the best of your abilities, so help you God. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations.
Another treasure that we have in our city to celebrate Derby is through the foresight of city fathers and mothers. The city purchased 44 acres that was previously owned by the water company that is now known as PFC, Frank P. Whittick Park. And it's certainly a jewel with the 2 reservoirs and now the soccer fields, and a great treasure for our city. On that note, we call upon our newest state representative, representing the 105th District, Nicole Claris Ditria, who will administer the oath of office to the Board of Education. Please welcome Representative Claris Ditria.
Thank you, everybody. I'd like to congratulate everybody today on such a momentous occasion, and let's get to work. Thank you.
Okay, for the members of the Board of Education, would you please give them a nice warm round of applause? Deborah Borelli. Daniel P. Foley Jr. Jim Gaudet. Laura Harris. George F. Kirka. Kenneth R. Marcuccio Sr. Janine Neto. Rebecca O'Hara. Casey Pacheco. Call upon Representative Claris Ditria to administer the oath of office.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, the Charter and ordinances of the City of Derby, so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties of the Board of Education and the City of Derby to the best of your abilities, so help you God. Congratulations.
Okay, we're also very proud, and another reason to celebrate the city of Derby is our beautiful Greenway project that we have. It is utilized by so many people, connecting with the Ansonia Greenway. It's something that we share as two towns together, and a great resource for our community. So we encourage you to use that Greenway, and it is a great way to celebrate Derby. And one of our neighbors from the north to Ansonia, who will swear in our city constable, is our judge of probate, Clifford P. Hoyle. Please give him a nice round of applause.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, soon-to-be Mayor Deacon, for inviting me. And congratulations to not just to the constables, but to everyone who's elected this term. I know you're going to do wonderful things over the course of the next 2 years here in Derby. If we can get underway.
So one of our city constables has become a grandfather for the first time, so he is on special assignment as well. Sal Fusco. Please give him a nice round of applause. And we're very pleased to have with us our other city constable, Peter Duhame. So give him a nice round of applause.
We can do it up close. Okay. Peter, do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, the Charter and ordinances of the City of Derby, so long as you continue as a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as constable of the City of Derby to the best of your abilities? So help you God. Okay.
Thank you, Judge Hoyle. We're very pleased to celebrate Derby in a way that we have restaurants. You're never going to starve in Derby. And we're very honored that we have award-winning and recognized restaurants in our city like Roseland Pizza. The now famous Dewdrop Inn, and the emerging THC, among other great establishments that we have in the city of Derby. So we're very proud of our culinary heritage here in the city of Derby, and so much so that we had to go all the way to Washington to find the most fit U.S. Senator to be with us. He was up on the United States Senate floor until 2:30 this morning, but he wanted to be here in Derby, not just because of Roseland or Dewdrop or THC, but because of the respect that he has for our city, and he made a great effort to be with us here today. Please give a nice round of applause for our United States Senator Richard Blumenthal.
Thank you so much, Mark. I have never been happier to be in Derby than today, and to be out of Washington, and to be here on not much sleep, but care of JetBlue, which was on time, flying out of Washington, D.C. this morning at 7:30, after being in the Capitol until 2:30 this morning. I am really honored and thankful to be here. Thank you for including me, and thank you to Mark for your service. You deserve a round of applause. Thank you for all you've done in many different positions. I want to say a congratulations to all of the new office holders and all who have been re-elected. Mark is right, we celebrate Derby, but we also celebrate democracy. And the great talent and dedication to Derby and to our country that you see before you, here and in the audience, is a remarkable tribute to our democracy. Democracy is alive and well in Derby, in Connecticut, and in our country, whatever the naysayers may be telling us. I want to thank you for celebrating democracy today in this wonderful way, and thank you for the service of the families, all of your families who are here. Some of you have your families with you, like Mayor Zekin, but others not so. Wherever they are, they deserve our thanks and our admiration for their service, because they're the ones who are at home or at events, often without the people who actually hold public office. So I have the honor today to swear in the treasurer, and I'd like him to come up. You all know Keith. I know him personally. I know his family. I know him to be a professional, a great family man, a great dad and a husband, and like so many here, dedicated to the city of Derby. So, Keith, do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of Connecticut, the Charter and ordinances of the city of Derby, as long as you continue to be a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as treasurer of the city of Derby to the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Senator Blumenthal. At this point, I would like to introduce our next person who's going to swear in the town and city clerk. That's what it says on the script. Sorry. She is the highest-ranking Justice of the Peace on Academy Hill Road. And it's a pleasure to have her here with us today, Sarah Beth Godomsky, to swear in the town and city clerk.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you all for coming out and attending this ceremony today. And I want to wish all the elected officials much luck and great success in the years to come. Come on over. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, the Charter and ordinances of the City of Derby, so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, your duties as Town and City Clerk of the City of Derby to the best of your abilities, so help you God?
I do. Easiest thing I had to do all day. We're very proud to have with us today as we continue to celebrate Derby. Also, another great icon of our city is our rich history in farming, not only with Osborne-Dale Farm that was nationally and internationally known, but especially now with our own McConney's Farm that produces great pies, donuts. Of course, I know all the food, but also great maple syrup. So it's an homage to our history of agriculture here in the city of Derby. Another reason to celebrate Derby. And another one of those reasons to celebrate Derby is that we have our state representative from the 114th district, who happens to be the House Minority Leader in Hartford, and the first female to ascend to that position. We're very proud to have her here to swear in our new mayor. Let's give a nice round of applause for State Representative Bemis Clarence.
Good morning, everyone. This is such an exciting day. It's a day not just to swear in all these wonderful people who have given their time and service to the city, but it's also a day to say thank you to everyone who has served our city and given their time, because as anybody who knows who is in office, it's not easy. And I know Senator Blumenthal, he said he's never been happier to be in Derby than today. I know how you feel, trust me. I know how you feel. So thank you all for being here. Congratulations to everyone. And Mayor Zekin. Your turn. Do you solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Connecticut, the Charter and ordinances of the City of Derby, so long as you continue a citizen thereof, and that you will faithfully discharge, according to law, the duties as mayor of the City of Derby to the best of your ability, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a nice round of applause to the 31st Mayor of the City of Derby, Richard Zinkman.
Thank you very much. Wow. Long journey to get here, let me tell you, 4 years. And I'm very grateful. First off, I'd like to thank U.S. Senator Richard Blumenthal for being here, State Senator George Logan, State Representative Stems Claridis, Nicole Claridis Petro, Linda Gentile, and let's see. Getting older. So, Judge of Probate, Luke Coyle, Justice of Peace, Sarah Radomski, and the singers that we have here. Thank you for all coming here. I know I speak for all of us being sworn in today when I say this is a day I will never forget, and I am both humbled and honored to have you all here. Next, I would like to thank my wife, Kristen, for standing beside me not only in victory, but also in the last time in defeat. It has been stressful at times, but she has been a trooper, and I'm happy she's by my side as the First Lady of Derby. To my campaign team, newly appointed Chief of Staff, Drew Backlett, DRTC Chairman Sam Plastro, Treasurer Judy Sepchek, and my good buddy, Danny Sexton over there, who walked with me every day for probably, 6, 7 months. I dropped a good 25 pounds, I think he did too. It was worth it, man. Along with everyone else who helped along the way, thank you, thank you, thank you. Obviously, it goes without saying that I wouldn't be standing here today if it weren't for all of you. I'd like to thank Mayor Delgado and her administration for showing true class and making our transition smooth and painless. She has already offered to make herself available to my team in moving forward. And for that, we are grateful. We look forward to continuing some of the great work that she has started. Thank you to those who are helped organize today, the inauguration, especially Town Clerk Mark Garfalo, Dr. Conway and his staff, Principal Pasquale and his staff here at the high school. And I look forward to working with you all moving forward. Finally, and perhaps the most importantly, I'd like to say thank you to the citizens of Derby. You have placed your trust and faith in me, and I know we have a lot of work to do, but I look forward to the challenges ahead, and I promise I won't let you down. It's a new day here in Derby. The days of party politics are over. We're at a crossroads, and we need all the best and the most capable people to work together to ensure a bright future. We also need the support of the state and the federal government and that of our surrounding municipalities. Together we are strong, but divided we will fall, and we shall fall. I pledge to serve Derby to the best of my ability and to hold everyone under my administration accountable in the process. We've got a team that is eager to get started to work, and we're excited about the possibilities on our doorstep. The focus of my first term will be economic development. Specifically, we will be dotting our I's and crossing our T's when it comes to the widening of Route 34 and the updating of the Derby-Shelton Bridge. There are many other opportunities for growth and development that are already in the works, and we look forward to making them become a reality. I want to close by reiterating how honored I am to stand before you today as your mayor. It is still somewhat surreal to me. And the whole experience from Election Day leading up to today has been overwhelmingly positive. This is a dream come true for me, and I hope this is the beginning of a long run, and I hope to make you all proud. God bless Derby, God bless the state of Connecticut, and God bless America. Thank you.
Let's have a nice round of applause for our new mayor, Richard Zekin. Ask you all to remain standing. We just want a quick thank you again to everybody who participated. The mayor named them all, but also two people that we want to add a special thanks to: Jack Walsh from the Electronic Valley, and also Eugene Driscoll from the Valley Independent Sentinel, who are streaming this live. So for all the folks that are out there in what we used to call TV land, we want to thank you for watching and wish you all well for a happy holiday season. At this point, I call upon Pastor Vinny Provenzano from the New Life Community Church here in Derby to give the benediction, and then Justice Widomski will lead us in God Bless America.
Well, it is truly a pleasure and an honor to be here today and see democracy working at its best. And I want to thank you, Mayor Zekin, for inviting me to be here and congratulate you. And I promise I'll come back every time you get reelected. And I congratulate all the other folks who were elected to new offices. I learned a very profound truth about public praying through a story. The story was this. It's a kind of an illustration. It says, if a man prays for 3 minutes, you pray with him. If he prays for 6 minutes, you start to pray for him. And if he prays for 10 minutes, you start to pray against him. So I would like you to pray with me today. And I trust that you will not allow the brevity of my prayer to diminish the incredible power that we invoke when we call on God. So let's go before him. Heavenly Father, we just come before you today in Jesus' name. And as we do, we honor what your word tells us to do, and it tells us that we are to bring petition and prayers and intercession and thanksgiving, and that it should be made for all people. You said, God, that we should pray for kings and all those who are put into authority, that we, the people, may live peaceful and quiet lives in all godliness and holiness. And so today, God, I lift up to you this team that you have assembled to serve the people of the community of Derby. I lift up to you Mayor Zekin. I lift up to you every alderman and every alderwoman. I lift up to you every committee, every commission, all of our police, our firemen, our emergency personnel, every home, every business, every man and woman and child, God. And I pray for them, Father, what you instructed your servant Moses to pray for the nation of Israel when you said, may the Lord bless us and protect us. May the Lord smile on us and be gracious to us. May the Lord show us his favor and give us peace in all that we do. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
To a land that's free.
Thank you very much for attending today. Before the service is concluded, we're going to call upon the color guards from the Derby Police, the Derby Fire, and the John H. Collins Post, and the St. Michael's Post 1562 of the Catholic War Veterans to retire the colors. And then we have coffee and in the cafeteria for your enjoyment. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. The service is concluded. Immediately following, starting at 11 o'clock, if it's not 11 o'clock already, but at 11 o'clock there will be 3 special meetings, one for the Board of Aldermen and Alderwomen, one for the Board of Apportionment Taxation, and one for the Board of Education, each to elect their officers for the year, set their meeting schedule, and the administrative and organizational issues. You're certainly welcome to attend, stay for that, but if you would like the coffee in, you may adjourn to the cafeteria. Thank you very much.